All right, so we have Ness. He's saying that Ness is connected. He's going around saying that Zuffa has put a deal on the table for Devin Haney and Shakur to fight on Netflix. Now, I want to talk about something that he said that I think a lot of people ain't really peeped, is that a lot of the British fighters are taking over the Netflix date, from Fury to Katie Taylor to Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul. Crawford and Canelo was one of the real fights they put on Netflix, but most of the time, it's been the Brits that's been really getting put on, or internationally it's been putting on. I mean, since Netflix been putting on fights, it ain't been two Americans in there. Not real two American fighters. And he was asking, can they possibly pass up this opportunity on Netflix and shift the dynamic or shift the attention back to real boxing and it back to America. He does. I agree with what Ness was saying. He doesn't have to take it in Shakur Stevenson at 147. But the only reason people asked him to go to 147 is for the simple fact, right? It's only for the simple fact that he was willing to go to 47 and or 54 for Conor Ben. So, what people saying, well, Devin really don't have no power. They like, okay, why don't he just go up and fight Devin since you the big bro and you always been ahead? And this is what happened when you run your fucking mouth too much. And I remember Bernie did a live talking about, well, Shakur need to leave Devin alone. He too big. Now, I didn't know he was that big. And I had a picture of him standing next to James Toney. He was bigger than James Toney. I mean, some people have body types like that, and they can put the weight on and be functional. And you got some people who can't put the weight on and be functional. Or you got some people that can gain weight and you don't even notice they gain weight, right? But in that situation, he doesn't have to take the fight. But then again, you got to swallow your tongue when you talk about you the best, because if you the best, you have to. All the greats was in a position of looking up. They was in a position where they was the underdog, or they was about to do the impossible, somewhere along that storyline. And Shakur Stevenson never been in that situation where he fought somebody that they was bigger than him, or they was seen to be the significant favorite over him. He's never been in that situation. So when he opened his mouth and say, well, I'm the best, nigga, you never been in that situation to prove it. You never had no adversity going in the fight or in the fight. Only adversity he had was when he ran from Edwin De Los Santos. Devin took short money and went to Australia. Devin went to Vegas, which that's his second home, and the whole crowd was rooting for Lomachenko. Crawford went up 2 weight classes with a year off. Some people kind of really believe it was 3. And he fought Canelo Alvarez. Muhammad Ali was an underdog going to get Sonny Liston. And they tried to cheat him and put shit on his fucking hand. I just heard Muhammad Ali's ex-wife say that, the mob sent Sonny Liston to the upper room because Ali refused to take a dive and he lost. Allegedly. You talk about George Foreman getting in there with Ali. And then, he lost. He was a favorite, I believe. I could be wrong on that. And then having to lose the money, having to come back and regain the title. Bernard Hopkins lost his first professional fight. So, when you start having these conversations, Shakur just be talking like he great. Now the time is to walk the walk. It's time to walk the walk. You on the grand stage with a guy you say you always got the best of, you always been the head. Shouldn't be the shit to spot him 2 or 3 points then. You feel what I'm saying? But he know he ain't built like Bud, bro. He don't come from that background. he not built in that manner. But guess what? I remember Juicy J had a song on his album, Stay Trippy. Money will do it. If they offer him enough money, he'll do it. He'll do it. And the Haney seemed to be very, very confident in their ability to win this fight. Because they said allegedly, all this is allegedly. Devin said yes already. Let's do it. Like he said, let's do it. They seem to be very confident in getting there with Shakur Stevenson. We know who ain't confident. The motherfucker who talk like he the best but don't want to fight none of the rest. When it came on Shocky Foster, he hid behind Raymond Ford. When it came to fighting Edwin De Los Santos, he ran. He didn't deserve to win that fight. That shit should have been a no contest, a draw. When it came to Keyshawn, it's my brother. When it came to Gary Anton Russell, fuck what he talking about. He should have been stepping on that nigga. Like, nah, fuck last. Let's get now. Not the same energy. Oh, what I'll do to Abdullah Mason? All right, then, shit. When he get done fighting in Cleveland, shit, he a title holder. Y'all should get it in. But it's a good opportunity, you know what I'm saying? But if they don't take it, they don't take it. I mean, he don't take it. I ain't mad at him. But he need to shut the fuck up. Hating on New Way, motherfucker who done moved up. Hating on, you know, talking about what he did. I don't want to hear shit from this nigga no more. I'm the best in heat boxing. I was looking at the pound for pound list and I did the live. I put it back up from Thursday. That's the worst pound for pound list I can remember, bro. Worst pound for pound list I can remember. But, you know, and maybe, and you know what, everybody, let me pump the brakes. Everybody alluding to him fighting Tank, but he said he got something lined up that's significant. Maybe it ain't Tank. Maybe it's Devin. Maybe it's the Devin fight. Cause he on, you know, maybe it's the Devin fight. I don't want to see no catch weight. I don't want to see no hydration cloth. He ain't did shit to be able to demand that. He ain't did shit to have a chaser. Take that motherfucking yak straight, nigga. But his real problem with Devin is gonna getting past the jab. That's the problem. You know the Shakur Stevenson, how they match made him. He ain't fought nobody that's jab dominant, bro. And once you watch the film, he a sucker for a jab in a straight right hand. I'm telling you that right now. He does a great job of defending the hooks. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you right now, when fighters tend to click, that's why he fight Hispanics, because Hispanics like to lead with hooks and shit. But when he tend to fight dudes that throw a moderate 1-2, I seen Sabeda pop his head back with a 1-2. If you go in there with a jab with Shakur Stevenson and don't let you be able to mix a hook in there, I'm telling you, he a sucker for a jab, man. I'm telling you, that's why once you watch him fight certain guys, bro, he don't fight guys who can jab. Watch that shit. He don't fight motherfuckers who can jab. And if they can jab, they little niggas like Oscar Valdez. That's what I really picked up watching while kind of looking at the tendencies and watching the tape and watch. He don't fight dudes that's jab dominant. I'm telling you that right now. That's why, you know, he was so confident fighting T.O. He knew T.O. step when he jumped and step with his punches. He don't throw a jab. He lead off. He great at defending the hooks. That's why he fight so many Latino fighters, bro. That's why you just got to watch the tape. That's what I keep telling people. Watch the tape. People talking about Boots, and Boots used the jab and used distance versus Andrew Zayas in box. He win that fight easy. He used his speed and his power. But if he come walking motherfuckers down with his hand down, trying to throw a big hook or a big uppercut and walking in with no head movement, his hands down, he might get pieced up. Might get pieced up. That's what I be saying about the film, man. People, oh, you hate. I don't, man. First, I'm hating on Mexicans. I'm hating on blacks. Hating on niggas that's gray, man. I just call them how I see them. But this be huge for the culture, man. This would be a huge fight for the culture, to be honest, man. So they do what they do. At this point, it makes me no difference. It really makes me no difference. If they want boxing to go down in flames, I'm just going to watch it go down in flames and get my 2 cents. If they want to revive boxing, this is a great chance to revive it, you know. And Shakur can show people, you know, and validate everything he's been saying in this fight. It don't matter if Devin got power or not. He ain't worried about that. It's a big fight for him. This can put him over. He ain't got to need a stoppage neither. This will put him in a stratosphere where Tank Davis gonna need to knock on his door. I promise you. Ryan gonna need to knock on his door. So if he's, you know, advantageous about, and he at the perfect age where he can still take advantage of getting to the, and really enjoying the bag and beating these niggas ass and getting to that money, he's in a very advantageous position. But you know, but you keep thinking you got time, and you know, your last breath, you never know. Hit the link in the description. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Check out the Box Rumor playlist. Peace.